This video introduces how to troubleshoot the SSID connection failure of clients connected to a Reyee access point. At times, clients may encounter difficulties when attempting to connect to an SSID. There are 6 possible causes of client connection failure, as follows. 1. Incorrect password entered. 2. Blocklist allowlist policy enforced. 3. Maximum client limit reached. 4. 2.4 GHz clients unable to connect due to 5G prior access. 5. High RSSI thresholds. 6. Client unable to obtain an IP address. If the connection failure is caused by an incorrect password, verify that the password entered on the client matches the one configured for the SSID. If the password does not match, the connection will fail. Log into Reyee Cloud. Choose Configuration, a device config, a wireless block allow to view the wireless block list and allow list settings. If the wireless network is in blocklist mode, verify the SSID or global configuration for client access. Check whether the client's MAC address is in the blocklist. If yes, the client cannot access the SSID. To enable successful connection, remove the client's MAC address from the blocklist. If the wireless network is in allowlist mode, verify the SSID or global configuration for client access. Check whether the client's MAC address is in the allow list. If no, the client cannot access the SSID. To enable successful connection, add the client's MAC address to the allow list. If a client limit is set for the access point, new clients cannot connect to the access point once the maximum number of connected clients is reached. To address this issue, choose Configuration, Device Config, Wireless Radio, and set a higher client limit. If the wireless network is enabled with 5G prior access, clients that only support 2.4 GHz band may fail to discover and connect to the WLAN within 2 seconds. To address this issue, choose Configuration, Device Config, Wireless SSID. Disable 5G prior access, and attempt the connection again. Access to the wireless network is restricted when the client's RSSI is lower than the association and response thresholds set for the wireless network. 1. Association threshold. When a client's RSSI is below this threshold, the client cannot establish a connection with this access point. 2. Response threshold. When a client's RSSI is below this threshold, it will not be able to detect or connect to this access point. Note, a lower threshold implies that there is less environmental interference on the access point, but it may also affect the client's ability to connect to the access point. To check the client's RSSI, you can use tools such as Wi-Fi Moho or Wireless Mon. To address this, choose Configuration, Device Config, Wireless Radio Planning. Click All, and lower or disable the association threshold and response threshold. If a client is unable to obtain an IP address from the DHCP server, follow these steps. Step 1. Assuming that the client is assigned to VLAN 120, verify that traffic from VLAN 120 can pass through the switch port of the access point's uplink switch. Choose Configuration, Network-wide network, and check the network connectivity of VLAN 120. If an exception is highlighted in red on the network topology, it indicates that the VLAN is unavailable. To handle the alarm, click Alarm to display its details. Then, click Handle. The system will automatically add VLAN 120 to the corresponding switch port on the switch. Next, reconnect to the SSID and verify if the client can obtain an IP address. Step 2. If DHCP snooping is configured on the switch, but the port connecting to the DHCP server is not configured as a trusted port, then the client will be unable to obtain an IP address. In this case, choose Configuration a Device Config Switch DHCP Snooping and configure the switch port connecting to the DHCP server as a trusted port. Step 3. Verify that the DHCP server is functioning normally by examining if the DHCP service is enabled and if there are available addresses in the DHCP address pool.